Today we're going to talk about section 6 in the ions. That's the permanganate through bicarbonate group. This will be on this week's quiz. And so we'll pull that out and let's go ahead and put it over here where I can write stuff. This is the section. One by one we go through here and we'll see what we know about these. Permanganate, unfortunately, I really got nothing for you. There's not a whole lot to that other than just memorizing it. It's got oxygens in it, so it ends in ate or ite, in this case, ite. There is no permanganite, it's only permanganate. Potassium will be an easy one for you. It's an alkali metal. It's in the first column. It's +1. Its name doesn't change. And that's that. Amide, there is a little bit that I can tell you about amide that may help you. Amino groups in general, anytime you have that AMI prefix on any kind of thing, like an amino acid or an amide or ammonia or ammonium, there's a lot of different ami things in chemistry, and they all boil down to N, nitrogen. AMI means there's some nitrogen in there somewhere. And so, let me introduce you to ammonia. Ammonia, the household cleaner that you've probably heard of, that's NH3. It's not an ion. It's got no charge, and so you will not find it on the ion sheet. However, it's good to know ammonia because that's going to help you to remember a couple of ions. Ammonia is something that will come up a lot in chemistry. We'll talk about it. So if you know that ammonia, no charge, is NH3, then we can do a couple of things with that. First of all, let's say that we stuck another hydrogen onto it, and now we would have, instead of NH3, we would have NH4. And since hydrogen's positive, it would be a +4 charge, or +1 charge. Sorry, my board didn't get oriented before I did this, so it's a little bit off. So that's ammonium, which is not on this list, but it is on a list later, I believe, number 11. That's all we'll talk about. But, so that's ammonium plus charge, but amide, you'll notice, did just the opposite. Rather than putting an extra H on and going from H3 to H4 and becoming positive, we took a positive off and went from H3 to H2, and rather than becoming positive by adding an H, we became negative by removing one, and so that's where we get that amide, negative AM, -1, or NH2. Sorry. Can you tell that it's a Monday morning? The last one, and I know there are two, but really we should really just think of this as one. Carbonate. If you'll just learn carbonate, you'll have to memorize that one, CO3 -2. Then bicarbonate is easy because if you look at the two things and compare them, they're really the same ion. They're the same ion, except one has this extra H and has this extra prefix, and there you go, H. When you got an extra H at the front of an ion, we give it the prefix bi. Bi does not mean two in this case. Often we think of bi like a bicycle meaning two, but that's not what bi means in ions. It's going to mean hydrogen. I mean, there's a hydrogen atom in there. And because hydrogen is usually a +1 charge, that's why the charge goes from -2 down to -1 when we stick that H on there. And so you'll see this often later on. We'll see that, like, sulfite is SO3 -2, but bisulfite is HSO3 -1, because you stick that H in front and then you add 1 to the charge. And alternatively, you could answer this question. It doesn't say so on here, but I would also accept hydrogen carbonate. Some of the other hydrogen ions, they'd actually list that on your ion sheet as an alternative name, and that's fine. That's equally valid. You can say bicarbonate, or you can say hydrogen carbonate. So that will be ion quiz number 3.